could offer you a true wholesale deal on a diamond. What did you call him? Well, now you do. My dad, Diamond Dave.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at diamonddaveaz.com. That's diamonddaveaz.com.
We heard you have a thing for shopping, but what if you didn't have to do it alone? Here at Stitch Fix, we pair you with a stylist so you can discover fresh looks your closet can't live without. We learn your taste, size, and price range and deliver outfits you'll wear again and again. Whether you like modern blazers or boho dresses, we make your thing our thing. Stitch Fix. Get $20 off your first purchase at stitchfix.com/radio. Limited time offer. You must purchase within 2 days of signing up.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will put it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Yes! Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis. No matter what your game is, defense matters. Same thing goes for COVID-19. Help protect yourself with a booster shot. Now recommended for people 5 years and older. Schedule an appointment as soon as you are eligible, following completion of your primary series. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Distracted driving kills in Arizona. Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And today, I want to start by screwing with Big George. What? I'm gonna do it the same way I do with my dog. Here's what happens. Anytime I say the word treat, my dog's ears go, what? Like this, okay? And I don't do it on purpose, but when I do, it's always cute. This is just going, huh? Treat? What? So here, watch what I do next. Hey, guys, don't look now, but the Arizona Diamondbacks have won 4 out of their last 5. What? Here's George. What? Yeah, it was beating the Rockies in a series and then 2 in a row against the Pirates. And it's not.
Come on, man.
It's not something, but
leave my guy alone. Leave Big George alone.
George is already printing up T-shirts, you know, wild card. We're going to what? No, we're not, George. We're not. Just not. Last night was fun, though, because during the game, of course, Diamondbacks beat the Pirates 6-4. But during the game, here comes Rodolfo Castro trying to steal a base. Though he didn't make it, he ran back to first, and he did get to the base okay. But his phone joined him via his pocket.
Yeah.
He went diving, all of a sudden his phone just goes, and in slow motion, you can't see it in regular time. Slow motion, you see this iPhone going, oh no, doing a little flip onto the dirt. And it's one of these things where, you know, the umpire's standing there, he's like, kind of smiling like, you idiot. He's like, is that your phone right there? What?
Yeah.
Is that your phone right there? Oh. Hey, Mike Rabello, can you hold this? And he just kind of looked at me like, oh, God. Yeah.
He was, that third base coach was disgusted. Like, I'm not holding that.
Nope.
You brought it out here. You can figure it out.
Yeah. Why are you doing this to me, man? Why? First he was like, I didn't want you to touch it, and he's like, fine, I'll take it. I mean, I just put it in your pocket. If you got to first with it, you came back to first. You know what? No, keep it in your pocket till you're done. Take care of that yourself. Rookie. He's not a rookie though, is he? I don't think he's a rookie. He just got called up though, didn't he?
Yeah, he's from AAA. They just called him up and he was playing. But the big thing for me last night was Tommy Henry. The way he threw 7 strong innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 3. I mean, what a good look for the youngster that the Diamondbacks just brought up, Tommy Henry. How about that?
Yeah, that's nice, and he'll be traded immediately. That's just the way it works. So Big George is like, wait, what did I do? Poor George. He's getting poked at from every direction on Twitter.
Yeah.
Berg took a swipe at him, and I'm just getting after you about your, well, basically your bipolar look at sports here in Arizona. It's either fire everybody or you're going to the Super Bowl. Fire everybody. We're going to win a World Series. There doesn't seem to be, in a middle ground with George.
I mean, in the middle of games, I've seen George oscillate from Diamondbacks are making the wild card to Mark Melanson's the worst closer in baseball. Ship him out of town. Like in the same game.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it.
So that's George. That's what you did. He says Diamondbacks are now 10 games out of the final wild card and 9 games below 500. Sorry, Jeffrey. Even I have lost faith in this team. Just too many teams to leapfrog. So there's George on the other end of it. Well, it's over. I guess we might as well go home. Any moment now. Holy crap, look how good they're playing. All we have to do is close this thing out.
Yeah.
Joe the Show says, told you guys, $15 tickets and some dubs here and there. Good time at the ballpark. Well, I've always said that. And I've said that about this season. It's just you take each game as its own little piece of entertainment. You don't know if they're going to win. You don't know if they're going to lose. You just show up, you get your beer, you get your dog, you find your seat. Then you go to a better one because nobody's going to be in it. And you just watch the game and take it for what it is. And if you don't see the Diamondbacks step up and play good ball, you'll see the other team play good ball. So one way or the other, I think it's still an entertaining way to spend an afternoon.
Two more opportunities to see the Diamondbacks take on the Pirates tonight, 6:40. And tomorrow the getaway game is at noon 40. And then they board the big jet and they head to Colorado and then on to San Francisco before coming back home to take on 3 against the St. Louis Cardinals, currently leading the Central Division in baseball.
By the way, last night we didn't see your text, but somebody named Jack got on the text line at 6:52 p.m. and said, wondering how to join one of the Blender fantasy football leagues. And well, Jack, we're not allowed to text you back because you might sue us. So now what we're going to tell you here, you just go to 1580thefanatic.com. Oh no, wait, we haven't put that up yet. That's for the Pick'em contest. We got a lot going on here, man. You could win $1,580 for first, $500 for second place in the NFL Fan Pick'em contest. You can get hooked up with that if you go to 1580thefanatic.com. Soon, I will have a link on that same website that'll help you, find your way to a Blender fantasy football league. I just haven't had a chance to do that one yet. But to get in the league, Blender at 1580thefanatic.com. I don't know how many leagues we're going to end up with this year, but they're filling up. And that's the thing. Don't worry. We'll start a new league. We've always had enough people to fill every league. So Blender at 1580thefanatic.com, Jack, if you're still listening. And the other thing, if you played the Fan Pick'em already, you're already in there. I mean, go log in, make sure your password works, make sure everything is cool. But if you haven't, then go ahead and go to 1580thefanatic.com. So there you go. Anyway, so let's talk about something that, well, I don't know what to start with. Randy, do you want me to start with a thing that'll annoy you or the thing that won't?
Oh, let's get the annoyance out of the way. After the day I've had already.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and start with it.
Can we tell them what happened?
Well, I was supposed to have a procedure.
I shouldn't laugh.
And My procedure was for 6:30 tomorrow morning.
You want to tell them what that procedure was?
It's a butt procedure.
Well, there's a couple of those.
Scoping your backside.
Yeah,
colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's right. Colonoscopy.
Yeah.
The subway of fun.
Yeah. It's the subway of fun. Yeah, no kidding. Put a camera up your rear end and let's see what's going on. And I started my prep, which any of you who have not had the pleasure of having the colonoscopy done, what that does is basically clean out your intestines from about your throat all the way down. It just cleans you completely out.
It can be frightening for you and anyone around you.
Yeah,
and it sounds frightening.
The sounds that come from that bathroom when you are doing the cleanse.
What you do is you get in the bathroom and you place a hand on either wall and then you're just, dear God!
Or you grab the towel bar in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus! Oh,
God! Hold on for dear life.
You should never call it a restroom if you're going to be fighting for your life.
There was no rest going on. But then I found out that my colonoscopy has been moved to September.
Oh no! I am so sorry.
They have this thing called the portal where they make changes and stuff. So I guess it's so they don't have to call you anymore.
Well, that ain't right. That's just not right.
I got a notification that I have a new schedule on my portal. I thought it was to start my check-in process and that because it was at 6:30 tomorrow morning.
So basically, Randy is going to be on and off the show probably for the entire afternoon, and now you know why.
Listen, I'm a professional. I think I can say I might be a little bit late getting back from the breaks with you, but I'll be here.
I'm not as professional. If let's just say if somebody comes a knocking, I'm a walking. I ain't.
I understand.
And somebody we were talking about off air just moments ago also gave me crap once because one time we were on the show and I'm like, whoop, gotta go. And I just walked off. He says, that wasn't very professional to just walk off your show to go to the bathroom. Would you think it'd be better for me to bleep my pants? Because
that's more unprofessional. That's easily, if I had to choose.
You know what that says? It says I trust the people I work with to be able to handle the show for a few minutes, give or take whether I wash my hands. But I trust them to get us through. So why should I stand here and do Amber Heard the place? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's a routine checkup, I don't mind them getting to the portal and telling you that way. But for certain procedures, you got to pick up the phone and call somebody. You have to. You have to.
Yeah. Nobody called me.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah, you should get a new doctor.
Yeah. I did. That's why they moved the appointment.
Oh no.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right. Well, back to annoying Randy. So Randy has opted for the thing that will annoy him versus the thing that won't. But that's okay, Randy, because once we get to the thing that won't, you're going to be okay.
All right. I'm ready.
So here's the headline. Los Angeles Angels Shohei Ohtani has now joined Babe Ruth as only players in Major League Baseball history to have at least 10 home runs and 10 wins in the same season. So this is pretty cool, man. So he got the win and he hit the home run and beat the Oakland Athletics 5-1 last night. And it was it was pretty amazing. It was something to see, seriously. Because
I don't know why you think that would annoy me. I think that's wonderful.
Every time we bring up his name, you get a twitch.
You guys keep getting it wrong. What I hate is seeing these baseball writers fawn all over Shohei Ohtani like he's some sort of baseball god. I mean, the guy is a great athlete. He comes out, he pitches real well, he hits the ball a ton. I mean, fantastic. But the way these guys talk about him, it's like he's a unicorn.
Right.
He's a baseball player. He's out there having fun.
Let me take the baseball writers to task for this part because it's not just him and Babe Ruth. I think we're forgetting about the Negro League players who also did it. Bullet Rogan in 1922 of the Kansas City Monarchs, and then Ed Ryle in 1927 of the Detroit Stars. So, hey, baseball writers, let's remember everybody. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought that was a pretty big time milestone for Shohei Ohtani. It shows you 4 times in 100 years, him being the 4th. Pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. He's having a wonderful season. Too bad the Anaheim Angels suck.
Yes,
just too bad.
That's the other part of the story, and I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but the good news, Randy, they are not talking about him for MVP this year like they were last year. Now, here are the players involved in at least the Caesars Sportsbook odds right now.
Okay.
Paul Goldschmidt it looks like to be the favorite for the Cardinals, followed by Aaron Judge from the Yankees. I really don't want it to be him.
He's having a monster year, Jeffco. There's nothing you can do about it.
Don't care. Don't want it to be him. I'm just saying, I don't want it to be him. That's
all
I'm saying.
Who else is on it?
And then with even better odds, Austin Riley from the Braves. But then over there, Shohei Ohtani in the AL is at 450 plus 450. I'm giving you odds. Yeah. So
Shohei Ohtani,
that guy, still in the top 4, but really it's Goldschmidt's to lose right now. His slash line here, listen to this: 332, 415, 614. Who's even close?
Well, I will tell you that Aaron Judge is pretty close. He's
Goldschmidt, 26 homers, 84 RBIs. Now I know that Judge has 44 home runs and 98 RBIs and a bunch of stuff there. But right now, the slash line for Goldschmidt is above that.
Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt. I mean, we got rid of him because we didn't want to pay him. And
does crapping yourself all day make you tired? Because that was a hell of a yawn right there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
No, I was up very early, traversing to the hospital to have a COVID test.
Yeah,
which I also had to have before I had this procedure tomorrow. Which, by the way, everybody, I do not have the COVID. I knew I wouldn't have the COVID, but
how about monkeypox? Do they check?
I don't have
monkeypox?
No monkeypox. No.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I feel pretty damn good, other than lack of sleep right now, and my colon is half empty.
Half? By the way, how do you know? I can't tell.
I'm estimating on the amount of pooping I've done today.
All right. So I know a lot of people are talking about Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers. He's back at plus 700 in the odds. So what are you thinking, Randy? Do you think Goldschmidt is the runaway winner here, or do you think Judge is going to Judge, like we said yesterday, kind of quiet as of late?
Well, and so has Paul Goldschmidt been kind of quiet as of late. He was really hitting the ball well in the first part of the season, which is un-Paul Goldschmidt. Like everybody knows, at least Arizona fans know that Goldie is generally pretty quiet in the first month and a half of the season. And then he starts to warm up. But this year, I mean, he's just been gangbusters. I mean, he's been hitting home runs. He's getting clutch hits. He's running the bases well. That St. Louis team is very successful with him. I don't know, though. But if Aaron Judge, if I know the baseball writers, if Aaron Judge breaks the Maris record, the baseball writers, all of them will start fawning over Aaron Judge, how great he is, how he broke a 45-year, whatever it is, record, and automatically just hand him the damn MVP.
All right. Well, here's the thing, though. What plays into Goldschmidt's favor, I think, is the fact, the St. Louis Cardinals are in first place.
Yeah.
What plays against Aaron Judge is, and you just mentioned Goldschmidt's base running. The Yankees as a team don't know how to run bases. Did you see that? Holy God. They could against the Mariners. I watched that compilation video like 6 times and I laughed every time. What a mess. They lost an extra innings to the Mariners, and it's like they all forgot. All of them forgot. Is it this way to the base? Well, no, I got to go over here. What? No, you'll never catch me. Oh, well, you mean I can't run outside the baseline? It just was the dumbest bunch of base running I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, it felt good to watch.
Yeah, it's good to watch Aaron Boone be frustrated on the bench, just looking out there like, I can't believe this is happening.
An article via the ESPN 2 weeks ago. The New York Yankees' secret weapon: stealing bases. Yeah, that's not turned out to be that way. And
not anymore.
Aaron Boone wants aggressive base running and guys going for it. And it looks good when it looks good. But when it looks bad, you look like you have no idea how you're playing baseball.
Yeah. In all honesty, I'm pretty sure this is not the way they're going to go the rest of the year.
No.
But it was really fun to watch last night. I hate the Yankees.
Dude, the NJ.com, the New Jersey website, Yankees put on clown show with base running mistakes. An embarrassing loss to the Mariners, which, yeah, you could
put the Benny Hill music behind it.
Yeah, little yakety sax.
Oh, yeah. It was just fun to watch. I love it when the Yankees do bad. Big George says, here's the thing. Since Judge is in the American League and Goldschmidt's in the National League, they both can win MVP. Well, I know, but there's one main MVP, right?
I don't think so, actually.
What?
I think there's an American League, National League MVP.
That's it? I thought there was like one MVP.
I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. I do not think that there is a league-wide MVP award.
Well, that's dumb. Okay, well then, right now it looks like Judge and Goldschmidt are going to get it. That's it. Well, I'm disappointed. George, you ruined my day because Shohei Ohtani has done some really great things, but I don't think he's anywhere close to overtaking Aaron Judge. And let's be honest, Goldschmidt's got it for the National League. So,
and I'd love to get Randy's opinion on this because, as much as I am a fan of the DH, I always liked that the American League and the National League did it a little bit different. But since now they both DH, what is the difference? Why do we have two MVPs now if you're going to make them both the same?
Can I tell you something? Last year, we talked about Ohtani winning it. Well, who's the other guy? Who was the guy for the National League? Because we never even mentioned that, never even talked about it. So I always thought baseball had one guy. This is dumb. They should have one guy for all of baseball.
Especially now that they've changed the rules.
Right.
It was Bryce Harper last year in the National League.
This angers me now.
But they changed the rules to make both of the leagues basically the same. Why do we have two different MVPs? I don't understand that. Or Cy Youngs.
There should be only one. There should be only one. Twitty says, at least nobody can accuse Randy of being full of crap. Berg says, Big George is going to be mad of this day in Big George sports history. It will have been said at the top of the show. No, he didn't. Let's see. He's like, by the way, Randy, you should not be on the show today. Blissful Hayes, I never professed to be an expert, so shut up. Light and Bolt says, you realize that Judge and Goldie are in different leagues. Okay, we get it. I swear to God, I always just, from everybody's talk, because I don't care that much about baseball. I like baseball. I'll watch the baseball. We can talk about baseball. But I'm not by no means an expert in the baseball. Talk to me during football season, but right now, I really did think that there would be an MVP for both, and then they decided on one for overall.
Yeah, no.
Have them fight.
I mean, that would be awesome. I would like to see that be where Major League Baseball goes next. If they're going to continue to try and make both leagues the same, then we should just have one Cy Young and one MVP.
Word. Chief Skull says, wonderful Wednesday afternoon, gentlemen. If someone calls you a unicorn, could that be a man card violation? No, it's a termination. It's a term where you're an anomaly. You're a special kind of person that nobody's ever seen. So no, it's not like you're a unicorn. It's not the same thing. It's not like you're a brony or anything. Noster Marcus says the worst term I ever heard is evacuate your bowels. Kudos to you, Randy, for adjusting to a fluid situation.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, it is now. All right, let's take a break. We'll get Randy back and we'll keep this going. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brian Musburger's action update for Arizona's new home for sports, The Fanatic. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NFL preseason continuing on Thursday night. The New England Patriots hosting the New York Giants in Foxborough. New York, a 2.5-point road favorite, minus 135 on the money line. The Patriots plus 115. The over-under in New England Thursday night is 33.5. The Tennessee Titans visit the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore, a 3.5-point home favorite, minus 170 on the money line. The Titans plus 145. The over-under in Baltimore, 31.5. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett. He's the favorite to win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year at plus 800. Red hot winning picks at experts.winnersandwiners.com. Save 75% when you use the promo code ACTION75. Experts.winnersandwiners.com. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
If you're missing this informative ad, you must love wasting your cash.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Now it's all been said, so if that earphone was out, put it back in your head.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs, protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canyer with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Can you tell which pills contain the deadly dose of fentanyl? Neither can your child. Counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl are killing Arizona's youth at an alarming rate. They're cheap, easy to get, and just one pill can kill. Get the facts on fentanyl at talknowaz.com. Talk with your children. Monitor their texts and social media. Visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Admit it, you love the action. You love the excitement.
For a touchdown.
You love the big plays.
Sideline, the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5, rock and roll, touchdown.
And you love the big hits.
So do we.
The NFL. We've got the games you want and the info you need. Listen for the latest 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for the NFL.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and let's get caught up on the text line. Chief Skull says, you know, I had all kinds of respect for Keon. Then I heard he likes the DH. I am now questioning it all.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry to disappoint you. The thing I like about the designated hitter is it's an actual at bat that I can enjoy watching. Most pitchers, and this is not my fault, if most pitchers were better hitters, I would like pitchers hitting. I don't like to watch pitchers hit. Most of them are bad. Most of them aren't Shohei Ohtani. Most of them are bleeping terrible, because I think what ends up happening is in a lot of the youth sports, they specialize really early. If your kid's going to pitch, you focus all of the attention on pitching and trying to make that kid the best pitcher that they can be. And if your kid's going to hit, you go the opposite direction. And I think that it would be nice to see a lot of players more diversify what they do.
I have a question. Before, getting the DH, how are pitchers doing in that league?
I mean, hit or miss. There were some guys who were good at hitting, really wanted to hit, loved to hit. But there was a lot of pitchers in the National League before they were forced to DH. And I'm not watching those at bats. That's a good. I'm going to the fridge and grabbing a beer. That's a waste of an at bat. I'm not sitting down and watching it because most of them just strike out.
I'll be honest. I've never really liked the DH. I feel like if you're on the field, you should swing the bat. And I think what happens is if you're a guy like Ohtani who can hit the ball and pitch, well, then well, you should be rewarded for that. And if you're a pitcher who can hit the ball pretty decent, you should be rewarded for that. If you're a pitcher who can't, well, act accordingly. I feel like, we were kids, everybody played, everybody hit. There were no damn DH there. Nobody did that. So I feel like it just, the spirit of the game, the way the game is, it'd have been better if nobody had a DH. That's my opinion.
There's some merit to that. If they got rid of the DH, would youth sports start angling themselves in a direction where they start teaching kids who are pitching also how to hit? Because it's bad. I don't like watching pitcher at bats as a fan. They're not good. I watch a guy go up there and he's been dominating on the mound this entire time. And then he goes up there to hit, and I know he's going to strike out. He's looking at this like it's a formality. He's barely trying. I just don't enjoy watching something that we all know how this is going to end, because most guys can't hit that play that position.
Well, I'll tell you what happens if you just got rid of the designated hitter for everybody, then pitchers would learn to hit, wouldn't they?
I mean, maybe. You would have to by necessity, I guess. I always liked that the American League had their own thing with the DH, and the National League, the pitchers hit, and when they clashed, you had to account for that as the National League team, who's going to be our DH, and you had to account for that as the American League team too in the World Series and stuff. When you go back and forth, I always liked that, and now they've given both leagues the DH, and now it just feels kind of boring.
Well, to be honest, I am okay with it being in there. Either both should have it or both shouldn't. That's what I had been saying for many, many years. Both leagues should have it or not have it. So they decided to have it. Okay, fine. I'm fine with that. It takes away from the uniqueness of the blah, blah, blah. Shut up. 888-368-1580. Joe the Show says, that split Major League Baseball MVP sounds like the NBA's new split finals MVP. So stupid. What is he talking about? Are they saying they're going to do that? What?
I'm looking that up. I didn't hear that from anywhere.
Or I think Joe's just screwing with us. Mr. Wilbur says, just pondering here, sitting here, pondering life, wondering the following. Who's going to have more football victories this year? My Arizona Cardinals by themselves, or Arizona State University and University of Arizona combined?
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm glad Randy's not sitting here to hear that.
As he walks back into frame, he just missed it.
You make a good case the Cardinals will have more wins than ASU and U of A combined. Yeah. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, there's a special on picked all in this country. Oh, I think he means pickleball.
I think he means pickleball, yeah.
Tennis courts are being transformed to pickleball courts. Number one growing sport. It's not a sport. It's just not a sport. I don't care what people are doing. I don't care what the geriatrics are going out there. And we told you a story about this guy went out there with a Sharpie and marked pickleball court on a tennis court. And they're like, dude, we told you couldn't do that. Now you've done $10,000 worth of damage.
Why didn't you just use chalk?
I do not care that a lot of old folks like to play this. I don't care that Larry Fitzgerald plays it. I don't care. It's not a sport. It's not a sport. Against the Spread says the DH is a good addition to the National League, improves the quality of play, keeps pitchers healthy, and opens up more opportunities for other players to get at bats and establish themselves as pros. Fair enough. It's a fine argument. Like I said, I'd rather see them all hit, but if they don't, let's all be all consistent. So I'm still happy.
When it comes to a lot of these rules, I'm very selfish about it. It's about me and my personal enjoyment as a fan. When a DH comes up and that guy's job is just to hit, there's nothing scarier than that. When David Ortiz would go up, guy who's not doing anything but hitting, you had to figure out what you were going to do with that guy. And I always liked that. That was always the fun thing about watching the Red Sox growing up was, Big Poppy's coming up to the plate, and I don't know what's going to happen next.
I know what's going to happen next, Keon.
What's going to happen next, Jeffrey?
You're going to reboot the tie line.
Let's go.
Because poor Randy can't get on.
Oh, no.
Hold on here. And I'm typing with one hand and doing what God knows what with the other. So yes, go ahead and if you could right now, Keon, go ahead and just do the power cycle on that machine so Randy can try to get in here. And wait, hold on. I think Randy is on. I think he's in. So hopefully, did you fall down?
I did.
Keon went down. I guess he turned that corner too fast there. And do we have him now? Do we have Randy?
We might have Randy.
Randy?
You said hold on, and I went to go come back and sit down in the chair.
Yeah, we were rebooting. Randy, can you hear me? Shake your head yes or no if you can hear me. No, he can't hear me.
Yeah.
So that means he's not on. I wouldn't have stopped the show if I thought it wasn't going to be quick and a slam dunk.
I wouldn't have fallen over if I didn't think.
Okay. Well, maybe you should reboot now anyway. Since it doesn't seem that he is on. So, all right, Chief Skull, listen, you don't have to explain yourself because I was able to crack your code. He says pitchers, it's supposed to be pitchers, not pictures. I got you. Even though college pitchers hit, they learn to DH when they get into the big leagues. It's Major League Baseball who wrecks the fact that pitcher should be hitters. Ohtani should be the reason why you take the DH away. Incentivize monetarily pitchers to actually become better hitters. I agree with you 100%, Chief Skull. That was kind of what I was saying before. But they went the other way, and okay, that's where we're at. So at least it is consistent. Jagdog says, down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Oh, man. So you're going to have to check that out on YouTube later.
You realize what I just broke your ankles. Like, wait.
All the way from Queen Creek.
Not bad. Nasser Marcus says, Randy needs his 1580 connection cleaned out. Yeah, we need to give him a colonoscopy on his internet. Berg says, the DH is to ketchup as pitcher's hitting is to mustard. So go designated hitter. You know, you're really by yourself on that whole mustard hatred thing, Berg, just so you know. Let's see. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, it's a sport. I'm done. I win. It's not how it works, Boomer. I get this microphone for 3 full hours. I don't even have to read your text.
You literally can't have the last word.
So really, who wins?
Yeah.
He wants to know what time we're having the draft. Midday on a Saturday. It'll either be September 3rd or the weekend before. Still have people sorting all that stuff out right now. Joe the Show says, not joking at all. New finals MVP awards after Larry Bird East and Magic Johnson West.
Oh, yeah. No, but that's for the conference finals. That's not for the finals. That's for so you win a Larry Bird award if you're the best player in the Eastern Conference Finals, and you win a Magic Johnson award if you're the best player in the Western Conference Finals. But in the NBA Finals, there's just one Finals MVP.
Okay, what? So wait, what? So there is a Eastern and Western Conference end of the year MVP,
Finals MVP.
Only for finals.
Only for Western Conference Finals and Eastern Conference.
Only
finals.
conference finals.
Conference finals.
That's kind of dumb.
They're trying to make a big deal out of the conference finals. That's
no matter what happens, no matter how dumb the award, it will still be bigger than the WNBA championship trophy.
Well, that was
an MVP trophy,
an All-Star game MVP, but still, it was just a useless. You went to I don't know, down the road to a mom and pop shop and just asked for the tiniest trophy that they had.
They're like, I'm on a budget. We have this really fine one. No, too big.
You are funded by the NBA. Just get a nice trophy.
That's awfully garish. It's awfully big. Ooh, yeah. Can't you have anything smaller and less impressive? Anything? Just something? That was a sad trophy. How does their finals trophy stack up? You know, to the NBA. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's watching that stuff, so it doesn't matter. I mean, that's the thing.
It's a nice trophy.
Yeah, it's okay. Good. I mean, just saying. Just anyway. Let's see. Prison Wallet says, Jeffrey, by using your own criteria, pickleball is most certainly a sport. No, it's not. Not by my criteria. It's we have designations for certain things, and I've made it very clear. You can call it a game. It's not a sport. It's just a game. It's not even. I wouldn't even call it athletic competition. It falls into not a sport like ping pong. It falls into not a sport, like badminton
or darts or something.
And badminton and ping pong are a couple of things that play into pickleball. So sorry, my own criteria is consistent. Chief Skull says pickleball is tennis version of old people. I equate it to shuffleboard. See? Shuffleboard, not a sport. Big George says, so since you guys have given Randy the bad news about Shohei Ohtani, what's the good news? Well, that he's not going to win the MVP. That was what I was getting to. Did you restart the tiling? Did you do that?
I did restart it.
Okay, good. I'm going to send Randy a text. Try again. There you go. Blissful Hayes. I'll have to hold that text so Randy can actually hear you. How you like that? 888-368-1580. And the last thing we're going to talk about in baseball, because I know a lot of people want to talk about many other things, is we've had this happen, I think, with the Diamondbacks once. I think. Well, so here's what's happening. The Cleveland Guardians on September 3rd. So they're planning ahead for this. They could change it, but they're like, no, we have these. We're doing this. The first 12,500 fans at the Guardians game on September 3rd get a free Franmil Reyes bobblehead. He was just claimed off waivers by the Cubs. Why do they have a guy who has a bobblehead on waivers to begin with?
I have no idea. Because they don't, it's not always, the best player. Sometimes it's a fan favorite or just a guy who's pretty well liked, and they order all the bobbleheads in advance. And I guess they just go, you know what? Got to get rid of the bobbleheads. We do not need, 1,000 Franmil Reyes bobbleheads just lying around the facility. So they just give them away anyway. But you look bad. You look very stupid.
Randy is showing me that he is now rebooting for the third time.
Oh, boy. I just saw Randy's username on the
shh, don't say anything. I want to see if you notice this on the YouTube. But yeah, we renamed Randy on the YouTube because we thought something else was happening. Anyway, let's take a break. Hopefully we'll get Randy back. If not, we have many, many other things we got to get to anyways. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
NASCAR Championship weekend is back at Phoenix Raceway. Drivers will pull it all on the line to claim NASCAR greatness. The Truck Series Championship kicked things off Friday night under the lights. We're going to tear it up tonight. Followed by an action-packed Saturday, where fans will witness an ARCA and Xfinity Series Championship doubleheader. Don't miss out on the action November 4th and 5th. Get your tickets now for NASCAR Championship weekend at PhoenixRaceway.com or call 866-408-RACE.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And if you haven't heard, the show is now noon to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. NFL training camps are underway. We'll get you the latest from the Cardinals and around the league as preseason games get underway. Major League Baseball is on the backstretch, headed to the playoffs, and we'll keep you updated. We look at the Diamondbacks and keep you updated on the young guys getting action in the big leagues. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 99.3 and 1580 The Fanatic.
Back to school shopping on a budget? Then Kohl's is the place to go. With the extra 20% off, I got my kids activewear for under $9 and jeans for $14.39. Plus, I found 2 for $20 character tees and got $10 off as a Kohl's Rewards member. More style and more savings? Check and check. Select styles, 20% offer ends August 14th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Can you tell which pills contain the deadly dose of fentanyl? Neither can your child. Counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl are killing Arizona's youth at an alarming rate. They're cheap, easy to get, and just one pill can kill. Get the facts on fentanyl at talknowaz.com. Talk with your children. Monitor their texts and social media. Visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender. This is a little bit awkward because we're trying to figure out how to get Randy back onto this fine radio program. The internet is, well, it's being unpredictable. If you have the Cox internet, you know how it goes. You know exactly how it goes. And that's exactly what's going on right now. So we've got a bunch of stuff that we're going to get to. We've got a lot of NFL coming up around the corner, and Jeffrey's back. Yeah. I mean, you were very awkward, by the way. Yeah, I didn't have anything pulled up, so I was trying to scramble and fill so I can get something pulled up to talk about there.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I got the Schadenfreude enough to where. Here's the thing, Ron hates this kind of stuff, but he's okay. Like in the 3:00 hour, he says to me, if you're gonna have awkward pauses and weird silences for comedic effect or otherwise, just get it out of the way in 3:00. Don't do that stuff in the 4 and 5 because more people are listening at that time. So we are allowed. If you're listening right now, we are contractually and legally allowed to mess with you all we want and make your life odd. Yeah, but after 4, we got to behave. So if anything, 3:00 is the Daily Blender pre-show.
It's the pre-show everyone was asking for, and it was here the entire time.
Didn't realize they were getting it. But I think we're okay. Joe the show sees what I put up on the YouTube, says, hey, stay golden, pony boy. Thank you, Joe. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, try T-Mobile for internet. We had Cox. It sucked. No issues 30 days in. Yeah, but it's about upload and download. It's not just about download. And we're working on a new method for Randy because we can't do this without him. Nasser Marcus says, World Chase Tag is more of a sport than pickleball. No. That's just,
well, at least you're running around in that. I mean,
I give that one the same designation, honestly, Nostra Marcus. I'd rather watch World Chase Tag than pickleball, but no, it does not transcend. Cheese Skull says, so after 3:00 hour, if that's the pre-show, can you do 3 more hours of show? Does that mean we get you from 6 to 7? As well? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Nice try, though. I appreciate your moxie. 888-368-1580. So let's talk about this. I love when the Yankees look dumb. I like it when the Dodgers fail. And it's, not a surprise, but always enjoyable when ESPN falls flat on its face because I have zero respect for these guys. But the ESPN, I guess, is now out of Big Ten TV rights negotiations. So whose decision was it? Did ESPN walk away from the table or did the Big Ten say, yeah, we're going to go somewhere else?
ESPN was the one that walked away from the table. And I with all of the money that they've got at the ESPN, I don't understand why you wouldn't want a piece of the Big Ten.
You don't understand. It's everything we've got. All the money we have to keep Lee Corso alive.
And maybe that's what it is. Because you know what? Lee Corso's great. So I wouldn't want to see Lee Corso go either. But the Big Ten is growing right now. This is the time, I think, if you were going to buy into the Big Ten, knowing how much these TV deals could potentially be worth, knowing that we're looking at potentially an expanded college football playoff, which is going to include at that point, not one Big Ten team, but multiple Big Ten teams. The time to walk away from the Big Ten, this is probably not it. But ESPN saying no.
Well, I guess next up to the table, CBS. That was the word on the street, right? Or is it going to be Fox?
I'm sure Fox is going to put in their bid, obviously. The Fox already does a lot of stuff with the Big Ten. So if they were going to add to their slate, if they were going to pick up a bunch more games,
Fox would be a big one, but yeah, CBS Sports was the one that emerged. They already have their deal with the SEC, and that could be expiring soon. But just to get the Big Ten, get more of that stock in the fold, you want that when we don't know exactly where this sport is going, but it's obvious that one thing is happening. The Big Ten and the SEC are the two conferences that generate the most money. Now would be the time to strike on that.
So how come nobody wants the ASU in the Big Ten? How come they don't want us?
That is probably maybe just because of what
you don't have
ASU's,
to pull your punches.
No, I just think it's what ASU's looked like lately. It's a good program, but the Big Ten looks like they're trying to take in the premier programs right now. You know, the schools that could potentially be big time money makers. And unfortunately, with the NCAA investigation going on and that whole scandal, and the fact that the team hasn't lived up to expectations. Last year was a really good year for ASU to kind of put themselves on the map, put themselves in that conversation of top 15, top 20 kind of team constantly. You get that kind of buzz, then, you have a good recruiting cycle. We're talking college football playoff potentially for you. But they underachieved last year. They lost a bunch of games that they should have won. Lack of discipline. We've talked about it to death. But that's the reason why. They're just not a good looking program at this particular point in time.
All right. Well, if we are stuck in the Pac-12, and of course, Larry Scott didn't do us any favors with how to see it on TV. Pac-12 is supposed to be, negotiating, right? Getting ready to maybe get off of whatever BS that they're on. What was it on? The Pac-12 network is what they called it.
It was the Pac-12 network.
Horrible.
The
couldn't
SEC
find it everywhere.
Had their network, and it was basically powered by the ESPN. Big Ten had theirs, and it was powered by Fox Sports. The biggest mistake that Larry Scott made when he was trying to start the Pac-12 network was, we'll build it from the ground up ourselves. Well, who has the money for that? And it cost a ton of money, and it didn't get the ratings. And so now you're several $1 million in the hole trying to start an entire TV network that nobody thought to do.
Blissful Hayes says if Big Ten only wants quality teams, then Illinois should be out of the league in no time.
Well, the thing is, the teams that are there are grandfathered in. So yeah, they're going to be bad teams in the Big Ten, but they're not going to take any more teams that aren't cream of the crop type teams.
Boomer Sooner, just again with another left field Boomer Sooner text says, "Hey Jeffrey, if anyone in Blender Nation's looking for a great watch, Men Who Built America on the History Channel. Yeah, it was great when I watched it the first time 7 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe even 10. Jesus Christ, that's one of the oldest shows they have. Boomer Sooner.
Do they ever update it? Is it the same?
Well, it's history. Why would they have to?
I suppose. I guess I just like a couple of add what happened in the last decade. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
It's the Men Who Built America in the Industrial Age.
Oh,
that
okay.
J.P. Morgan and Rockefeller and those guys. Boomer Sooner is like, this is amazing. Yeah, it was. We all watched it a decade ago. Thank you. 888-368-1580. Another thing to talk about is now that I guess this came down that the restraining order that the Live Tour dudes were trying to get that would make the PGA Tour let them play in the FedEx Cup playoffs, they didn't get it. And so Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, they're like, yeah, see, that's good because now we don't have to worry about this circus, this silliness and all this. Okay, so the PGA wins one here. They're losing golfers there. I feel like there's no winner or loser here yet, but I feel like you got two villains and people are going to start to not care because the PGA Tour, they're going to have some things to answer for in antitrust. And the guys going to Live Tour, they're going to have to answer to something in their soul because they are still aiding and abetting terrorists. I mean, that's a simple way to put it. So, sports wash for the Saudis, or you want to just go ahead and be a monopoly over here with the PGA Tour, and both entities are bad. Unless somebody can tell me something else on the surface, as I've been reading these stories, neither side, who are you supposed to root for here? Who are you supposed to root for?
Nobody. Who can you root for? Nobody's looking good in any of this. This has just gotten so ugly. On the one hand, the Live Tour, connected to terrorism, not good, very bad, obviously. And then you've got the PGA, who has had the money to pay a lot of these guys and make sure that the standard of living and standard of competition that some of these guys are going through. And I'm not talking about the high end guys like Justin Thomas. I'm talking about the guys that that Randy mentions on the Corn Ferry Tour and all of that. And make sure that those guys are able to make a living playing golf. And the PGA never did that. And now the Live Tour just looks appealing to them. And the PGA is wrong for that. There's no heroes here.
Well, I think with the government looking into the PGA Tour and also just, I guess how people are going to react to the Live Tour, I think all of this is going to sort itself out. But right now, it is a sideshow. It is a circus. And McElroy sitting there with an air of smugness saying, well, we can all move forward and not have that sideshow going on for the next few weeks, which is nice. Yeah, but you're with the evil empire. It's like a stormtrooper saying, well, I'm glad we don't have to deal with that. It's you're not really clean yourself, PGA guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There are a number of wrong things going on in the PGA that should be fixed. And had they been fixed before the Live Tour ever showed up, it wouldn't be a Live Tour.
That's a good point.
That's just and the PGA wouldn't be having to pay Live Tour money. They just had to pay more than what they were already paying. And guys asked for that before.
Speaking of Live Tour money, it turns out, how they get all that upfront money they get paid just to show up. If they win a tournament, this got leaked by their own lawyer. If they win a tournament, they don't get the purse money. They're just like, well, you credit it. You already got the money. It's in your account right now. So to make more money than they get up front, they have to win more than that. So let's say I got $4 million for joining the Live Tour. And let's say I win a tournament that there's $3 million. Well, we've already paid you that. You're good. And so then I got to win another one for $3 million just to get $1 million. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so they figure like you already have that money in your account, buddy.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's worse. And I don't know how you get the competition, how you bring out the competition, and it's a team-based thing. So
that's how you bring out some competition, at least to a repeat or your incentive is to make more purse money than what they paid you up front. That is how you win some more money. But it's the safety of having that guaranteed money, I think, is what is appealing to some of these guys.
And I guess that does make sense. But again, you're kind of dependent on your team if there's more money you would like to make, which is clearly important to some of these dudes. Because I mean, Justin Thomas already had money. Brooks Koepka already had money. These were not the guys that were struggling near the bottom of the PGA Tour. These are the guys near the top. And obviously they could have been compensated more, been compensated better, but clearly having more money is important to them.
Berg says there's a place he'd rather go. He's like, hey, how about go here? Why not go to the Live Tyler? Got to go to the Live Tyler. That'd be better. I think everybody agrees to that. Against the Spread says Pac-12 Network belongs on the Mount Rushmore of bad business decisions, along with Kodiak passing on the digital camera, 20th Century Fox giving George Lucas merchandise rights, and whoever the hell invented TCBY. I cannot disagree with any of that. Well done Against the Spread. Hamilton Porter says, this is the only exciting thing to ever happen to golf, by the way. This fight.
Well, come on.
Doc Mike says, University of Montana to the Big Ten.
Yeah, I don't think so. I highly doubt it. Was Montana in the Big Sky Conference? I don't think that there's a mass exodus of teams from the Big Sky Conference.
He's just shouting out things that would embarrass ASU, I think. All right. Well, we are trying to get Randy back on the line. He is either working feverishly to do it or pretending to work feverishly to do it as he just takes a rest or something. Whatever the case, hopefully he'll be back in the next hour. Baby, we're talking football. We've got so much NFL to talk about, I can't even begin to tell you. Well, I will begin to tell you when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
If you're missing this informative ad, you must love wasting your cash.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Now it's all been said, so if that earphone was out, put it back in your head.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Dak Prescott here. Why do I choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because better sleep elevates my game. Only my Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps me fall asleep faster, keeps me cool, and effortlessly adjusts for my best sleep. The result? 28 minutes more restful sleep a night. That's more focus, more edge, and more highlights. And that means more wins for all of us.
All smart beds are on sale. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, only for limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL.
Are your kids enrolled in school? Their future depends on what they're learning right now. Find an Arizona school near you at azed.gov. Make sure your kids get the academic support they need. Plus, give them community care whenever it's crucial, with meal programs, counseling, and more. Find an Arizona school near you at azed.gov or call 602-542-7378. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time
for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, who is still struggling with the equipment. Keon Rose is in the control room and needs to take a picture of the IP address on that tie line and send it immediately to Randy. Now there's questions if he's dialing the wrong thing. Of course, and then there's you guys out there listening to the show, doing no wrong. Except for Blissful Hayes, who texts in and he's mean. 888-368-1580. We're broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. And, of course, outside of the technical difficulties that we're having, we've had a pretty fun time so far on the show. We've talked about everything but the NFL so far. Everything but the NFL. But now I think for the next couple hours, it's going to be an awful lot of NFL. So Hamilton Porter says, hey, ask any true Big Ten fan. We don't want to be the obese 16. You guys can gladly take Maryland and Rutgers.
Well, they're not going to give up Maryland and Rutgers. Rutgers, when, Greg Schiano's doing this thing at its best, is a decent football team. And Maryland's not bad. They're just, slightly below average. You do need those teams. You can't have all elite teams. If you had all of that, somebody's going to be at the bottom. And the Big Ten and the SEC are expanding because the college football playoff, whether I like it or not, is also going to be expanded. I think that deal runs out with the ESPN in 2025. They're going to look to expand that damn thing, and you're going to want a decent amount of quality teams in your stable just to get things going. So you don't want to eliminate decent teams you already have. You're just not going to try and bring on very average teams in the process.
Okay, can we talk football now? I mean, like professional football.
Yeah.
Can we do that now, guys?
We can do that.
No. Doc Mike says Big Sky Conference spawned last year's Super Bowl MVP. You know, a guy,
one player.
Did they spawn a championship? Yeah. All right. So Roger Goodell has shown his cards, and I got to be honest, I was not joking when they said that the NFL was going to, appeal the process over Deshaun Watson's, 6-game suspension. I wasn't kidding when I said, which way are they going? Do they want less games or more games? That was an honest question, just for the simple fact that the NFL seems to get it wrong so damn much. Well, now it looks like they're heading in what is probably the right direction, because Goodell has said the evidence in front of us, which, by the way, predatory behavior, multiple violations, egregious. We are looking for at least, and that was the thing that really did strike me, at least a full year suspension for Deshaun Watson. So now we finally know which way the NFL is going with it. A lot of people thought they knew, but to be honest, you never really know with these guys.
Given the track record of this league, it wouldn't have been surprising.
So Peter C. Harvey, which, by the way, anytime you have a conversation about Watson, Peter's probably going to come up. But Peter C. Harvey is supposed to decide. He could do that at any time. We don't know. So keep an eye on it, Keon, if they decide. Because the Browns are like, oh, yeah, Deshaun's going to play in the first preseason game. Why? Because F all those ladies. You know what I mean? Screw you. We're a football team. We throw a ball, and that will happen. We make money. I just don't understand why Kevin Stefanski is that's the guy at the Browns, right? The current guy?
Yeah, the coach. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's he thinks he's being businesslike. Well, we're just here to play football, and this is the thing we're going to do. But first off, again, it's almost like a middle finger to the NFL or whatever, because they, even with all this going on, they're like, we're going to play him. Of course, Peter C. Harvey could step up and say, no, he's not playing even in preseason. Why play Deshaun Watson in a preseason game at all? If he's not going to play 6 games, he's not going to play a year. You can sort out what you need to sort out when he's practicing. This is no benefit to him or anybody else unless you're just trying to make some ticket sales, ratings. I don't know.
I have no idea, unless the Browns are preparing for the possibility that this appeals process takes much longer. And then,
so how does this help?
The league would have to stay the suspension. So Deshaun Watson would actually be playing this season until the actual suspension ruling is overturned. He would be allowed to play. It's what happened to Brady with Deflategate. While they were investigating, Brady got them to hold off. But then the next year, he caught his 4-game suspension after they finished the investigation.
Deflating footballs and putting your peenie on a lady's arm, 2 different things.
Very different things. But I think the Browns are hell-bent on trying to play him this year if he's actually, in fact, allowed to play.
This is just a bad look. I mean, the Browns in general, bad look. Creating a contract that benefits the guy who's probably going to be suspended, a bad look. Bringing the guy over to your team in the midst of all this, a bad look. And now putting him on the field in a preseason game for a season he probably is not going to play, a bad look. All you're doing is reminding us that you're a bunch of pieces of crap.
Which, yeah, Jimmy Haslam is a piece of crap. So, this is not even shocking to me as far as the Browns are concerned. And here's what I actually hope. I hope he does play this season. I hope that they stay the suspension and Deshaun Watson gets to play this season. And then next year, when his contract isn't protected from all of this, then the suspension hits and he gets to sit out and not make the money. That's what I actually hope.
That is interesting. And it makes you wonder if they have a provision for that as well, since the Browns are more about protecting a sexual assaulter's money than really anything else. That's the evidence we have. So, hey, look, we have a new texter on the text line. A new texter says, "Hi, Jeffco. This is the Pinisher. So excited for fantasy football and the NFL Pick'em contest. Let's go." And by the way, having Deshaun Watson play the preseason is the only draw the Browns will have this entire season. That's what I'm wondering. You might be right there, Pinisher. You might be right. Because, I can't see any other reason to do this. Billy from Phoenix says, signing Watson during all this shows the Browns condone his actions. It's kind of the way it feels. I mean, I remember if you rewind back all the way back to when this first broke, we were giving him the benefit of the doubt. You never know what people are up to. And there was the thing with that lawyer being neighbors to the owner and yada, yada, yada. So at the very beginning, we wondeat about all that sort of thing.
We got Randy on the phone.
Hey, Randy. So let me just finish what I'm saying here. So at that time, you didn't have a whole lot of, you didn't have much to go on. And then later, around the time the Browns said, hey, come on over, we had plenty to go on. And so, yeah, Billy from Phoenix, it does look like Deshaun Watson's actions have been condoned by the Browns and in the way they put his contract together. And by the way, they've done everything they've done since. Yeah, the Browns are they're not good people. And I'm a little sickened and saddened by it. Hey, Brandy.
Howdy.
Hey, I can see you. Hi.
Howdy.
Yeah.
Hi.
What, are we on speaker?
Hi.
You sound like we're on speaker.
No, I'm. You can see clearly. I've got the phone up to my head.
You must have Mint Mobile.
Who's that guy that plays Deadpool? That's the mobile I have.
That's
yeah,
Mint
Ryan
Mobile.
Reynolds. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I just changed it's funny because we're angry at Cox Communications for the dirty deed that has been done to Randy. Today I switched from Verizon to T-Mobile because they've pissed me off for the last time. So I think we're going to be making lots of carrier changes here. You can only take so much. You can only take so much. So we're going to get Randy sorted out. We're going to get him some different equipment, and we'll go from there. So what's going on, Randy? What you wearing?
Well, you can see what I'm wearing, Jeffrey.
It's not sexy if you don't say it out loud.
We shouldn't do that on the air because you keep trying to do that on the air.
I just was asking what you had on. Is there?
I've got my see-through t-shirt on. You can see that.
Yeah.
And not wearing pants, which is normally what happens this time of day.
You got anything lacy going on there? Anything lacy?
This is very awkward.
Well,
just
don't.
Around.
Hey, respect my life choices, Keon.
they have to be happening right this moment.
Earlier, we got a new texter named Pinisher, and everybody says Finisher. No, it's Pinisher because I even asked that myself. I said because he sent me an email wanting to join up the fantasy football blender at 1580fanatic.com. And I said, so what's your texter nickname? And he's like, well, I've never texted before. He says, but it would be the Pinisher. I said, you mean Punisher? He's like, no, like for bowling. I'm the Pinisher. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's what I live for. But Pinisher, great to have you on board with us. So everybody who's asking, Berg says the Finisher. It's kind of odd timing to have a new texter named the Finisher when you're talking about Deshaun Watson. No, Pinisher. It's Pinisher, Berg.
Pinisher.
So, all right, Randy. Are we just gonna? You're just gonna be on the phone here?
I've had a catastrophic meltdown here of equipment, and so
is it broken?
I don't know that. Well, I have entered several different codes. I think I launched a couple of ICBMs into the Atlantic. I'm not sure. And I did access the remote controls on the 1580 the Fanatic Harman Solar weather plane. I think it's dead. It's a DOA today here from the complex in the West Valley.
Do you think that equipment will ever work again?
I don't know. I've rebooted, calibrated, recalibrated and rebooted, and calibrated and rebooted.
Big George says you look really relaxed. He says, you look really relaxed laying back in your office chair talking to the phone in your see-through black T-shirt.
Yep, that's exactly right, Big George. I wear this T-shirt in honor of you.
Here's what you picture. If you can't see the YouTube video, you picture this. Remember the guy playing the saxophone in the Lost Boys? During I Still Believe, and he had that mesh top, and that's Randy right now. Keon doesn't get it.
I don't.
Last Optimus.
That one flew over my head.
Last Optimus says, don't expect the NFL to do anything for the preseason since players don't get paid. I really want Watson to be suspended 6 games per offense appeal and get put on commissioner's exempt list for the season while the appeal process, then get suspended next year when it hurts his wallet. So what Last Optimus is saying, a little clunky, but saying, put him on the exempt list right now. Does he get paid on that, though?
You do get paid on the commissioner's exempt.
Okay, fine. He still doesn't get to play. And then after the process, he's suspended the next year, and it really hits his wallet. I like your thinking.
I like the thinking, too. It hopefully it screws over the Browns for what they did, which, by the way, all of the owners saw what they did and didn't like it. That they moved the money around for that, that they gave him that they put the $230 million in escrow. None of this stuff is stuff that the owners like. So the Browns have no allies in this.
So what's going to happen to the Haslams and that doofus from the Dolphins? They're going to stop getting invited to stuff. And then they're going to start hearing about stuff later going, wait, what? Because the owners, I think they've started to have enough of some of these guys.
Because this is an inside club. They support one another. And say what you want about Daniel Snyder, he hasn't ticked off the other owners. They don't hate him the way that they are very upset with the Haslams right now.
And that's kind of sad because there is plenty to hate about Dan Snyder.
A lot to hate, yeah.
888-368-1580. Hey, Randy, I'm glad you knew the number off the top of your head.
Yes. I had a hard time remembering what it was. And then I remembered.
Well, if you needed it, you just send me an email to blender@1580thefanatic.com. And I'd help you. Berg says, Keon, your favorite baseball team, the Yankees, lost again. Congrats.
Cool.
Fish Tank says,
it's not my team anymore, man.
We have a fellow bowler on the show. Welcome, Pinisher. It's a league night for me tonight. I didn't know. I forgot you were a bowler, Fish Tank.
I never knew Fish Tank was a bowler. It never came up.
I think he mentioned it once, and I think we thought he was kidding. So now he said that. I think he's serious. Hefty Lefty says, orange and brown is a bad look in itself. Only Reese's peanut butter cups make it look good. You are correct. Yeah, orange is not a great color. I like blue.
Orange and brown was my high school colors, by the way.
You guys ever win a championship?
Trevor G. Brown Bruins.
Yeah. Kiss the Cook says Randy's having problems with his equipment. Uh-oh. You got to call Summit Mail Medical?
Different equipment.
He's like,
no.
Son, that's the only thing that works on Randy White.
Wow, chicka, wow.
Doc Mike says Watson is in all his trouble because Peter came up. Now, well, when Peter C. Harvey comes up and lays down the law, then we'll see. The Pinisher says, hey, what's up, Fish Tank? Thanks for the welcome. Big George says, well, we all know that bowling is a sport because station owner Radio Ron is a world-renowned bowler with his motorcycle club, the Sons of Apathy. See, that is absolutely 100% correct. And the only reason I can declare bowling a sport is, I got kids to feed. Jagdog says, nice. Another bowler to the blender. We need to have a remote at the alley bowling show, have a few frames and drink a lot. Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'll cut out the frames and just drink a lot.
Yeah. I remember we did Cosmic Bowling with the radio station back in the day, and I showed up to do the broadcast. And I was standing there, and the people, I was like, I was just kidding. I had there was tons of people. I said, listen, everybody, I am a guaranteed strike bowler. If you need a strike in your game, call me over. I'll throw you a strike. And I'm just thinking, okay, I'm going to throw gutter balls and it'll be funny. Damn if I didn't throw like a ton of strikes in a row. Like I would probably almost have made a perfect game if I had actually been trying to see, because I was just messing around. I could never do it again. I'll never do it again. But that was just a bizarre cosmic bowling miracle, really.
And as I was walking around, like, yeah, that's right. And in my head, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Tide Stick says, does anyone notice your screech when you say / on the advertisement for entry-level IT guy? You really want to call that a screech? It's not a screech. It's more of a, oh, look, Jeffrey's voice is changing. That's all it is, Tide Stick. But you don't mind your own damn business. Joe the Show says, if I'm Cleveland, I'm signing Randy White to a 5-year deal. He's guaranteed to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. Especially today.
Today I am. That's exactly right.
Berg says, orange and brown is the bowl that Randy looks like when he had the column prep. Sorry, Randy. Bala 51. There it is. Oh, he's not wearing it. Oh, okay. That's weird. I thought that the guy in that scene was wearing a mesh top. Turns out he's only wearing a giant a silver chain and pink pants and a studded belt. Still, you all got the picture in your eye. You got in your head. Tron Slater says, seeing the realignment of college football makes U of A and ASU fans look like children bickering at each other at an orphanage when they're hoping to be adopted. Hey, listen, I've said this before. I've never had any sort of delusion about ASU football. The only thing I've ever cared about is A, have a good season, represent yourself well, and B, beat you, Arizona. That's it. As long as they beat you, Arizona, I feel like it's been a good year. Even if it is 1-10. Yeah, it's still a good year. Beat you, Arizona. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Kyle G says, Jeffrey, great idea. Just hit me for Fanatic Draft. You know how the station has gotten pretty chunky with Kasai? We should have it over there. I think he meant chummy. But you could get chunky eating a Kasai. That food is so damn good. It's a very, very loud place, Kyle G. They have great music playing and everybody's laughing and having a good time. And the Teppan chefs are chopping stuff up and chucking it at people and there's flames and all sorts of fun. I wouldn't want to disturb everybody else's good time with our loud nonsense. And I am pretty sure it would be very distracting for us while we're supposed to be drafting. We're like, ooh, look what he did with that shrimp. You know what I mean? So Kasai is a great place for a get together, for fun, for parties, for a date. Don't know that really fits for the and also over 100 people showing up with their computers for a draft. That may not be the right venue. So, but it's not a bad idea, Kyle G. One of these days we should definitely do a remote from there. Fish Tank says, I'm a big bowler. Just played a 40 frame tournament a few weekends ago. Won myself a few bucks. I bowl two-handed and the old timers hate it. Wait, what?
You explain how that works, please.
You're doing granny shots.
Oh no.
Like people who do the granny shot to make a basket and that's how you bowl. I definitely want to come watch.
No, they actually have they have a thing now where you're bowling with two hands and you go through the motion the whole 9 yards, but you're using two hands. Yeah, it's not like a granny shot.
So it's not between your legs. It's actually at the side, and you rotate your body like a normal person. Okay.
Why do the old timers hate it?
You get a huge spin on the ball.
Well, can I just say this? Who gives a crap what the old timers think? As long as you're not crossing the line, as long as the ball leaves you and does what it's supposed to do, then who cares? Why do people care?
Yeah.
I mean, we should ask Radio Ron if he'd be again it. Berg says, candlepin bowling is the best kind of bowling. Does anybody know what he's talking about? Am I going to have to Google this? It's not going to be like that two girls thing you made me do the other day, is it? Bala 51. He sent a thank you. Somebody in a complete see-through outfit saying that's more like what Randy White looks like today. No, it's not. Hefty Lefty says granny shot worked pretty well for Rick Barry. All right, guys, we're running late. Let's take a break. We will come back and keep on. By the way, I have so many NFL quarterbacks to talk about today, too. It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
No one else does what I do in diamonds. Sorry if that sounds bold, but it's true, and I do it all for you. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor, the only wholesale diamond dealer open to you by appointment. I import diamonds directly from cutters from around the world. That's right. That means you're getting diamonds direct from the source. We have the lowest overhead office of anyone in the diamond business. So we ship to clients around the world because of our low price wholesale model. We design and create your custom rings. Again, working directly means you're working with the source. No one else with fourth generation connections, direct diamond importing, and design and manufacturing works directly with you except me. And with all that, we still offer incredible one-on-one service, direct contact on my personal cell through the process, and the promise we want you to have the best diamond quality and experience in any price range.
No one else can do what Diamond Dave does. Call him today at 480-397-2450 or reach him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's Kantor, or visit him online at diamonddaveaz.com.
Hi, this is Nick LaCapria with the Daily Sports Quiz. Can you name what Dodgers manager won the only Dodger World Series title in Brooklyn? That answer is coming up on the Daily Sports Quiz.
Nick LaCapria's Daily Sports Quiz brings you 8 different questions from the world of sports each day. If you want even more questions from the world of sports, visit Nick LaCapria's new website, sportstrivia.org. You can test your sports trivia knowledge and get answers to some great questions from the world of sports trivia. Sportstrivia.org. It's free, it's fun, and it's challenging. If you like the Daily Sports Quiz, you'll love sportstrivia.org.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz: name the Dodger manager to win the only Dodger World Series title in Brooklyn. The great Walter Alston, remembered for his legendary string of one-year contracts. He, of course, eventually became the manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
This should be 8 by 7.
When it comes to closets, Janina's home organization business runs tip-top tidy.
Is schedule right? I'm going to need help.
But she needs to reorganize and find a new assistant.
I know it's your last week, but can you make sure the Hanson pantry's wrapped?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Is out of here. The first half of the baseball season is in the books. Now things really get fun. Will the Mets hold on to take the East, or will the defending champs make it interesting? Swing and a liner, fair ball. The Astros are starting to look like the Yankees' biggest contender, or will the Twins set sail in the second half to challenge for the AL crown? Get the latest from around the MLB on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.